is the fourth day of the winter session of Parliament today, and another showdown which is now expected. Yesterday, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha both were adjourned for the day, twice over the ruckus on the demand that has been made by the opposition on discussion on the Adani issue. As the opposition MP submitted notices to move adjournment motions in both lower and upper house to raise concerns about the issue. And once again, when we talk about the opposition India bloc leaders who are expected to raise this issue along with Manipur and also Sambhal violence. As far as the developments that are now concerned, because today is another day where another showdown which is expected to happen over this issue. Let's in the meantime take a look what all the key issues are that would be taken up by the opposition leaders so far. So putting it out for our viewers to see, because stage is set for another parliament showdown as the key issues that are likely to be raised in the parliament today. Of course, the top one being Adani indictment. We heard that coming from the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, once again, where he is seeking an arrest of the businessman. We also talk about the second issue, which is the Waqf amendment bill. Of course, there was another showdown that was witnessed during the JPC meeting that happened on part of the opposition parties as well. Unrest in Manipur is the third issue that is likely to be raised on part of the opposition as the ruckus in parliament and the showdown which is expected to continue. What is the latest development that we are getting to know? That the Congress MPs are meeting at the CPP office, and today is the day when Priyanka Gandhi making a political debut and winning with a handsome margin in the by-polls of Wayanad. She will be taking oath as the Lok Sabha MP. Now, Congress party is also expected to demand for a JPC probe in Adani case, as they have often cited when it comes to their press briefings and, of course, when it comes to the back-to-back statements that have been given by Rahul Gandhi on the issue so far. So we also talk about when it comes to the demands that have been kept forth by the opposition, in particular the Congress party, as on a almost daily basis, just before the House is expected to begin, opposition parties strategized as far as what could be the issue that would be raised on the floor of the House. What we have seen is usual, the very beginning of any session of the parliament, there was chaos, there was ruckus, there was protest, and shortly thereafter the houses were adjourned. Now, ahead of the parliament session, Congress MPs will be meeting at the CPP office, and another massive development that is now taking place, where another member of the Gandhi Parivar, Priyanka Gandhi today will be taking oath as the Lok Sabha MP after a victory in Wayanad by-polls. India bloc MPs from the Joint Parliamentary Committee on Waqf have written to the Speaker Om Birla seeking an extension of the JPC's tenure. The decision on the same is also expected to be taken today.
मुझे लगता है ये जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी ऑन वक्फ जो स्पीकर साहब ने बनाया, पिछले 3 महीने में लगातार 29 मीटिंग्स हुई, मोर देन 147 डेलीगेशंस आए, जिसमें स्टेट के ऑफिशियल्स, वक्फ बोर्ड, माइनॉरिटी कमीशन, मुस्लिम्स के जितने संगठन हैं, चाहे इंडिया मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड हो, जमात उलमा हो, चाहे ज़कात फाउंडेशन हो, चाहे तमाम सभी संगठनों को मैंने अवसर दिया। तो जेपीसी के सामने जो मैंडेट था यही था कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा स्टेक होल्डर्स के साथ हम मीटिंग करें। हम 29 सिटिंग कर चुके हैं, एक सिटिंग 7 से 8 घंटे किया है, और केवल दिल्ली में नहीं, दिल्ली के बाहर भी साउथ इंडिया में हम महाराष्ट्र गए, हम गुजरात गए, हम तेलंगाना गए, तमिलनाडु गए, कर्नाटका गए, फिर नॉर्थ में हम असम गए, उड़ीसा गए। तो मुझे लगता है इससे ज्यादा स्टेक होल्डर्स के साथ, इतना लोगों के साथ, हितधारकों के साथ शायद कभी नहीं बैठक हुई। और मैं आज भी कह रहा हूं कि अगर उनको लगता है कि हमारी इस जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी में लोग बाकी हैं।
All right, let's quickly get in a word from Pragya, who's joining us live this morning. Good morning to you, Pragya. The developments that are now expected on the floor of the House, as we have seen in the last 2 days itself, on the first and the third day of the Parliament winter session, right at the onset, at the beginning of the session, there is chaos and there is protest on part of the opposition. And soon after, despite the government saying that they are open for any topic for debate and discussion, the opposition continues to protest.
You are absolutely right. In fact, Amita, I would say that they wanted a discussion on constitution for 2 days, and in fact they had given a letter to Chairman Rajya Sabha and also Speaker Lok Sabha And government happily agreed to do that, despite the fact that it was never in the list of businesses. So, and in fact, it was not even discussed in Business Advisory Committee of the both houses. But they happily agreed in Rajya Sabha also. In Rajya Sabha, they have agreed to do two-day discussion on Constitution. And in fact, it is an opportunity for the government to dispel all the kind of disinformation and misinformation that was allegedly propagated by the opposition, is what many BJP members believe. Mm-hmm. And apart from that, the opposition has been demanding discussion on Adani, on Manipur, and on Sambhal. We had seen the House was adjourned twice because the opposition members started shouting slogans about Sambhal. And there is a law and order situation. Law and order situation is a matter of state, despite the fact that all the members are here stating that we will discuss. Government said that we can discuss, we will discuss, but you also need to do business of the House as well. But it looks like there is no middle path and no, convincing to the opposition members to let the House run. But it is given that at least this week the House will see these fireworks, and there will be more adjournment of the House owing to the ruckus in the House and chaos also. We also see fireworks in JPC last evening, and eventually it was decided that it was put to Speaker and also to House for the extension of JPC, and at least opposition members should be convinced that they have been given enough time to have their stakeholders and their people come and...
Well, even there we have seen protests that has been taking place on part of the opposition leaders as well, who are part of the JPC on the Waqf Amendment Bill. Thank you very much, Pragya, for joining us here on the broadcast. We'll be standing by for today's developments in the winter session of Parliament today. But finally, let's